Good afternoon. Happy Monday, everybody. Happy Monday. I just want to encourage all of you today. Today is a blessed day that God has made today. Oh my goodness, I just began to read that verse. It said, except the Lord builds the house, the labor laboreth in vain. And except the Lord watch the city, the labor, he wakes in vain. Even if he's watching, it's in vain, because we can't watch the city enough. We can't watch over our life enough. We don't have the power or authority to watch and build our life enough. We have to turn that building and sustain it over to God, turn it over to Him today. I just began to go to a meeting today, and I began to say, Lord, as I was going to the meeting, I began to pray for favor. I began to pray for favor. I said, Lord, give me favor among men. Give me favor. I began to touch and agree with a sister in my church. We began to pray that God grants favor. And by the time I got within a block of where I'm going to the meeting, she called me back and said, guess what? I just got a text that God is giving you favor today. I just got a text that one of her sisters in the Lord began to text and say, God just told me that He is giving favor for His people today. And I was a block away from my meeting. And let me tell you, I began to go into my meeting. And let me tell you, God gave me favor in that meeting. Even the countenance of the people was, they were so, how much they can help me, how much they willing to build me, how much they willing to help me succeed. It was favor. It was favor. And I just thank God. I had told her, I said, before I went to the meeting, I said, sis, I'm going to call you back with this testimony. She said, well, you walk in faith. You go with your head held up in faith, because you know who you belongs to, who is under your life, who is the root of your life. And she began to say, go with the favor. Trust in that. And let me tell you, as I began to come out of that meeting, I told them to call her back with a testimony. I had just that enough faith that God was going to give me favor in the meeting. And you have to go. You're of the royal priesthood. You're of the chosen generation. You're a peculiar people. We walk with God. The greatest He that is in us than he that is in the world. We have the Lion of Judah in us. We may be lambs, but guess what? We lambs that roar. Why? Because the Lion of Judah speaks through us. And I just began to thank God for the favor. And I call her back. I say, sis, here is my testimony. God gave me favor. God gave me favor with men. God gave me favor. And I just want to thank God for that today, that He is on time, that He is not slack regarding His promises, His word. He will fulfill it. He said, my word will not return void unto me. It will do as I please it, and it will prosper in the thing. And I just thank God, because that word is Jesus today. He is the answer. He's the very present help. He is the shelter in the time of storm. He is the high habitation. He is the secret place. And I just thank God today. And let me tell you, you can have that favor. You can have that same favor today if you just trust God with your life. Trust Him. Let Him build a house of your life. Let Him watch over the city of your life. With Him, you can do anything but fail, because nothing is impossible with Him. The impossible becomes possible when we put our trust in Him. As you walk, even though it may be uncertainty in front of you, even though where you're putting your foot down may be darkness, but He said, I will be the light unto the path. When you light that, when you take that step, He will be the lamp. He will lighten every step you take. He said, I'll be the lamp to your feet and the light unto your path, and that is Jesus. He said, my word, which is the word, became flesh and dwelt among us. That word, Jesus, He lights the path. As you step into this uncertainty of this world, we don't have to worry about the delusion that Satan creates it to look like, because we know that the foundation of God standeth sure. His foundation is sure. And even though there may be uncertainty, but guess what? When you put your feet down, He's creating the whole landscape. He's making a whole new landscape. And what you think it is, what you think it was, what you think it's going to be, as you step in faith, He is changing the landscape. He is changing the environment. As you walk, as you step out, even though it may be dark, but as you step out, He is enlightening the path around you. The word, He spoke a word and the whole world was framed. He spoke a word and light became. So as you walk out into the faith of Him, He is creating a whole new environment for you. The landscape changes when you walk out in faith, because what you think it is, that ain't it. What you think it is, that ain't it. When you got God, God will change the whole dynamic of the thing for you. But you just got to trust him. You got to accept him and make him the Lord over your life. And let me tell you, he said he is a rewarder of those that diligently seek him. He will reward you for your dedication and your faithfulness to him. I just thank God today because I'm so excited about what he is doing in my life. He is the leader of my life. He's the head. He's the Lord of my life. And I just thank God. I just had to come on and give y'all that seed of encouragement. Trust God. Trust God. That's what it is. It's not a feeling. It's faith. See, the devil deals in feelings. God deals in faith. When you begin to feel, I feel this way. I feel that way. I feel the other way. That is not of God. God is faith. He said, not by sight, but by faith. He said, sight is the thing he uses, but it's not by feeling either. Feeling is faith, not feeling. So trust God today. He won't leave you. He will not leave you confounded. He said, I will fight for you. I'll fight on your behalf. He said, no weapon formed against you will prosper. That is the heritage of his servants. And when you serve him, not just talking about serving him, not just reading about serving him, hearing about serving him, but you serving him, you walking line upon line, precept upon precept with him. And you pressing towards the mark. You trying to be that perfect. Be ye perfect as your Father in heaven is perfect. You can't do it, but when you trust in him to bring that perfection in you, you can ask what you will. He said, if you abide in me, my word abide in you. Now the word got to abide in you, and you got to abide in him. He said, you can ask what you will, and it shall be given. Not might, not maybe, but it shall be given. And I just thank God today for giving me favor. That's the word of the day. Favor. Favor. And guess what? Favor ain't fair. God bless you all today. Have a blessed day. Love you all. Until next time.